What you're going to find inside our private members area are the exact steps that you must take, the exact skills that you must have, and then how to put them together so that you can get a bartending job. And I want to show you kind of what's inside. So let's dig a little deeper. This program is basically broken up into 6 main modules, and each of those is designed to walk you through in order everything that you need to know, from every drink to every skill to every secret and behind the scenes tactic that you'll need to have in your toolbox to get started and thrive as a bartender. Each module basically builds on the last and moves you through step by step in a linear fashion. The modules themselves are made up of video chapters that break down the main lessons into small bite-sized chunks, and this way we just can prevent overload and keep things simple and keep you moving along at a comfortable pace. And all the lessons are delivered by video, and you can watch me do everything, making it easy for you to learn as you watch. And what's going to happen as you go through each module is that you're going to gain more knowledge and experience that's going to build your skills and confidence and ultimately turn you into a complete and competent, kick-ass booze-slinging bartender that is capable of handling any situation. So to drill down a little bit more, here's kind of a little more detailed breakdown of what's included in each module of the Bartending Blueprint program. Module number 1 is the 48-hour cash machine. And this name sounds a little bit hokey, but the point of this module is to get you up and running as quickly as possible. And after you finish going through the 48-hour cash machine chapters, you're no longer going to wonder, how do you start making money right away? This is going to get you making money immediately, like as in a few days from today, even if you know nothing about alcohol, making drinks, and you have absolutely zero experience. Second main module is called Before the Job. So the Before the Job module is designed to get you up to speed ASAP on all the basic fundamentals that you need to have as a bartender. Stuff like how to pour your alcohols. It will have you pouring like a pro in just a few minutes. You'll understand pour counting, pouring with both hands at the same time, pouring up to 4 bottles at the same time, how to pour draft beers, including how to pour 2 draft beers at the same time. So I'm always showing you how you can be fast. You'll learn all the alcohols behind the bar. So the difference between vodka, gin, rum, tequila, whiskey, bourbon, brandy, scotch, cognac, anything. How the bar is set up. How you break down the bar, all your tools, and every square inch of what is behind a bar, why it's there, when you use it, working with the computer and splitting tips, all your glassware, and how to cut and prep garnishes and fruit. So again, all the basics. Then module 3 is about the drinks. And I've said this before, and you'll hear me say it again, that contrary to what most schools and bartending programs teach, you do not have to know 200 or 300 drinks to be a good bartender. I mean, most bartenders know nowhere near that amount of drinks. So module 3 is where you're going to find only the drinks and cocktails that you need to know in order to be prepared to work at an actual bar. Some of these drinks are going to be more common than others, just depending on where you ultimately get hired, but they're definitely all on the must-know list. And I think there's about 30 drinks in total, and most of them you're already going to know, and I guarantee you pretty much heard of all of them. Module 4 is called Getting the Job, and this is the real meat and potatoes of the bartending program. It's all about getting you ready to take on the real world and get hired at the best bar possible. This is a very robust part of the program, and is stuffed with so many gold nuggets and insights that this module on its own is worth about 10 times what I charge. And it's broken down into 5 main parts, starting with part 1, which is the plan. And going to take those critical first few steps of creating a plan of attack, because without a doubt, the best way to ensure your success is to create a plan and then execute that plan. Part 2 of the Getting the Job is called the approach. And here we're going to cover how to initially approach a bar properly. If I had to pinpoint one spot where people drop the ball the most when applying for a job, it would definitely be on the approach. In the service industry, like if you don't approach an establishment correctly, then you're going to send the message that you don't know what the hell you're doing. And if you get this part wrong, and you approach that establishment in the wrong way, you're going to be out from getting a job, and nothing else you do after will matter. So you're going to see exactly everything that you need to do to have the most effective approach and how to avoid sending this bad message, but instead give them the impression that you're an absolute industry pro. Part 2, we're also going to talk about the 4 manager objections, because if you're approaching, you're going to be talking to managers. And when you approach managers, there's only 4 main objections that they can ever throw at you. And you're going to see exactly what they are, and that none of them are black and white, including the experience issue, and then how you can get over and around each of them. And this is great. This is like being able to read their mind, and is probably the single most important piece of information that I can give you to build that unshakable confidence that we're gunning for. Also, along with the 4 manager objections, we're going to talk about the 3 manager hot buttons. And these are good hot buttons. And if you can understand these and then systematically push them when you talk to a manager, you're going to automatically create interest in yourself as a potential employee. Part 3 of the Getting the Job module is the resume. And this is where we're going to build you just the most effective professional looking bartending resume possible. And the first part of this lesson you might have seen when you join the email list and receive the resume templates, but there is another chapter to this that isn't shared with the email giveaway, including I'm going to actually show you my personal resume and how it's laid out. And then I'll also show you my 1 super secret ninja strategy that will give your resume a total unique touch and is guaranteed to catch every manager's eye that you show it to. And the way that this program is laid out, it's set out in a linear fashion for you to do one step after the next. And if you've done everything up to this point in the bartending blueprint, you will undoubtedly start getting interviews. So part 4 of the Getting the Job module is dedicated to the interview and closing the deal. And you're going to know exactly everything that you must know about an establishment before you go talk to them, the questions they're going to ask you, how to answer them, and what you should be saying and talking about to make the whole process seem like a simple conversation with a friend. And we'll also talk about some super cool, subtle rapport building techniques that just kind of put your destiny back in your own hands. Part 5 of the Getting the Job is just called Last Words, and we'll just talk about some important key things to remember and basically recap the whole Getting the Job module. The next module in the program, module number 5, is titled Watch Me Do It. And this is very cool. This is the bartending blueprint in action, literally. A short while back, I actually changed bars and I filmed the entire process. And this is a truly unique perspective of me actually going out and getting a job. It shows you how I prepare, what my resume looks like, how I dressed, what I did in my follow-ups, getting denied, following up more, getting an interview, and ultimately getting hired. And this is truly one of a kind behind the scenes point of view, and is something that you definitely will not find anywhere else. So I'm super excited to offer this module because as far as I know, this is the first time that anybody's ever documented the actual process of getting a bartending job, or any job for that matter. The last main module in the program is called After the Job. And this is dedicated to after you're working at a new bar and taking you from being a good bartender to being a great bartender. And it's a peek behind the counter, kind of giving you insights into things that you can't learn or understand until you're actually working at an establishment. Topics like seniority with other employees and the working relationship with the managers that you'll need to cultivate if you want to get anything done for yourself in the future. You'll learn how to maximize your tips, cool stuff like how to actually train your customers to drink the more expensive alcohols, how to get any shift you want. And in this last module, we'll also talk about what you do in case you encounter, right now for you, watching this and listening to this, your currently biggest nightmare, and that is, oh my God, what do I do if I forget a drink when I'm working as a bartender? What you're going to see is that, number one, it's not a big deal, right? They don't care. It's not a big deal. And I'll show you how to handle it in any situation. And then the last part of the After the Job module is talking about serving responsibly, because there's 2 main things that you can never do as a bartender. Can't serve anybody under the legal age, and you can't serve anybody who's already wasted. We'll talk about your responsibilities and what they are and how to stay out of trouble. Also, because I know people worry about it, I'll show you how to cut somebody off when they've had too much. I'm also going to be updating the members area in the future with a bar store, so you can order tools and books, even alcohols, right from the site. I'm going to be adding pro bartender interviews where I'll be interviewing various professional, current working bartenders, asking them how they got started, what advice they have, and what's working for them in the real world today. I think that's it. So just a ton of stuff in there. And you're going to get all of this just for signing up today as a Bartending Blueprint private member.